I mean, I made the decision, and again, I've stood with Peyton and still believe that he's a good football player, and you never know if his number gets called again, and he's handled it, the disappointment very well. He was a good teammate tonight, and talking about things he saw on Hank check to a man beater on one of the third downs, and it was not man, and Peyton said, "This is how I think you can see it's not man," and so I heard that conversation. I thought he handled it well, but I decided Monday after watching the film, I just didn't tell them until Thursday. I just felt like we left so many plays out there, winning football plays that could win a game for us, and I couldn't put my finger on why, because I know he has the understanding of it, and I just felt like this is what was best for our team, and I don't know if it's if he keeps playing well, it'll be a permanent fix, and if not, maybe it wakes everybody else up that spurs them to be better prepared and make better decisions.
You obviously face a really athletic quarterback and did some things here. What did you think of the defense and the way you guys played tonight?
I thought we were not very good on defense, and I think DJ would agree. And just we're not playing the ball well. We had too many penalties. Didn't contain him very well, and people got behind us, and they converted too many long plays, long distances. But again, we found a way to win the game, and we certainly will take that. But I thought we looked kind of tired, it kind of seemed. So we'll have to talk about all that tomorrow, and I know that DJ and his staff will certainly be trying to fix all of those issues before we face another very mobile guy next week.
Yeah, Coach, that was my question. Does facing a guy like Dampier, does he show you anything or help you prepare for Talon Green next week, that style?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't studied Arkansas yet, but I mean, I've played Petrino before, so I don't think they're exactly like the offense that we faced tonight. But there's no question that their quarterback is very, very mobile, and I bet he still moves the pocket with him some, which he's a dual threat guy. So we'll have to have a better plan and play better for sure next week.
Coach, you said you were pleased with Hank's first start. How do you move forward this week in practice? Do you move as if Hank is your unquestioned starter going into Arkansas, or does the battle continue in practice this week?
No, Hank will be the starter next week. I think that will, the next couple of weeks, I think will show us exactly where we are with that. But he'll be the starter next week, and let's see what he does as we step up another level of competition against SEC play.
Hugh, I don't think we saw K and Lee out there. Is there any update on his status?
He has a calf strain, and he struggled with it all week. And we got to get some of these guys healthy, like him and Cam and Tutal, and then B. Frazier's unfortunately, I think he broke his foot. So we had some not good news on that.
Coach, you had a pretty balanced attack tonight. 268 yards passing, 235 yards rushing. Is that kind of the equity that you're looking for, especially as you get ready to go into SEC play?
I'd take that every Saturday. That balance there would win a lot of football games if you take care of the ball.
Hugh, 1 for 6 from Hank in the second quarter, but it was kind of raining. Kind of can't do anything about that. Were you worried about his confidence heading into halftime?
No, I could tell what was going on, and he had very little grip. I can't remember all 5 incompletions, but a couple of them were definitely involved with rain. But on the other hand, I think he started the second half like 8 for 8, and I don't know what he was for, maybe 9 of 11 in the second half for 3 TDs. So that was pretty solid. So I think we'll take that performance, and hopefully he'll be more confident next week in the plan.
Got 3 more to finish up right here. I know they're kind of banged up, but what were your thoughts on your young secondary tonight?
We've got to play with composure and poise and play the ball better than what we're doing.
How valuable is a game now for Hank? As you know, you can go back and watch an actual game, first team offensive reps, all this. How valuable is that for a quarterback?
Yeah, it's there's nothing like experience, and his has been very, very limited to probably a handful of possessions you could count on one hand, and now he's got a full game to look at and learn from, and hopefully. Every week's a new challenge because everybody's a little different, and our expectations of protections change every week, and our checks, and so he'll have a lot on his plate next week. But there's nothing like experience for sure.
We'll finish up with Justin.
Q, 10 guys making catches tonight, 4 different guys catching touchdown passes. Did you like just how y'all were able to spread the ball around, to a lot of different types of guys?
Yeah, I do. I think anytime you do that, you've got a happy room, and it puts on tape that there's not just a single guy that you can double or do different things. And hopefully Cam will be back next week to add to that rotation. But I always like to see guys that practice well, like Camden Brown. It's so good to see him score a touchdown because I'm going to tell you, no one practiced better than him this week. And that's the reason he got the start, is because of the way he practiced. And so it was good to see a lot of those guys get touches.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep, thank you guys.
Chris, come over here.
Everybody ready?
Valdo, can you talk about Hank's performance tonight?
Oh yeah, that was peak state right there by Hank. He went out there, just played a great game, made the right reads, just throwing the ball out there, and that's we knew Hank could do that. He did it in practice multiple times, and he got his shot and just took off with it.
I have to ask you about your touchdown and the celebration. You do the Ronaldo in the end
that was
zone.
the Ronaldo. Yeah, that was for my older brother. His name Ronaldo, and he in the military. So like he was in the military, and last year he wasn't able to come to any games. He was in Germany, and then this year is his first year coming to games. So I told him I was gonna hit that for him, for that for my brother.
Rivaldo, how do you think Hank sort of handled his first start? How was his composure out there in the field?
Oh, he was very calm and composed. He was just sitting in the pocket, calm, just relaxed, just making throws, and he's going to be a great quarterback for this team.
How important was it to get this win heading into SEC play next week?
Oh, it was very, very important. We needed this big win, go out there and show that we're in the SEC for a reason, and now it's time for the big games and time to buckle up and get ready.
Moving forward, too, I guess, what was the difference maybe in mindset from practice from this week to maybe set the tone going into this game tonight?
We was upset about their loss. Obviously, Cal lost, and we told them that we in the SEC for a reason, and coaches preached it that we got to go out there and run the football like we did. Jaquez had a great game, Demari had a great game, and showed them that we're an SEC team for a reason. So we went out there, executed, and just coaches had a great game plan for us, and we went out there, executed it.
Although Coach mentioned that Brandon Fraser may have broken his foot, how tough a break was that?
Oh yeah, that was really tough. I'm gonna be praying for him and hope he has successful surgery. But he's a great tight end for our team, and he's gonna be missing for us. But we got young guys like Micah and Rico Walker to step up and fill his spot.
Thank you.
Hank. Chip, why don't you go up to the front?
Is that Hank over there?
And record it. Move all this stuff, you guys. You gotta move all this stuff.
But just excited about the win and gonna take it all in.
What was your conversations like with during practice this week with Peyton? How is he maybe with you maybe encouraging moving into tonight?
Yeah, I'm really close with Peyton. He's been great. He's awesome. He's a leader. He does a great job of helping me out from an experience standpoint. And we've been staying in communication, and it's been good.
How'd it feel being out there, that first pass, especially to Lambert, that deep pass down that sideline? How'd that feel when that hit his hands? You feel like I'm here?
It's a great feeling, no doubt. Hearing the crowd roar and, it's a surreal feeling. And, just definitely exciting getting that first long one in.
Coach has talked a lot about having his quarterback know his mind and looking at those plays from the last game and seeing what you saw there as far as your communication with him. How has that been building that comfortability with his offense and knowing what he wants to see?
Yeah, this week has been great, and obviously during the game, just constant communication with me, trying to get on the same page with everything with him. And so that's been good. Obviously the in-helmet communication and just learning how he thinks has been very good, and I think I'm going to continue to grow with that and continue to learn how he operates.
Is it a little, I don't know if bittersweet's the right word, but you don't want a guy to lose his job because of a bad game, but you also want to start. Is that a little bit bittersweet being in that situation?
No doubt. Like I said, me and Peyton are super close, and obviously, we're competing, but we're also human. And so I think, just trying to love on him and be there for him. And, he's done a great job of being there for me. And so, it's definitely bittersweet.
Hey, have you kept yourself grounded these last 2 days with the change and now taking the start?
Yeah, I've kept myself grounded in my faith. It's been, sometimes I think to myself, like, I don't know how people do it without their faith. For me, that's the only way I can stay grounded is through my faith. And, just knowing that at the end of the day, God's got me, no matter what happens, just me being able to spend time with him and in constant communication with him.
Hank, what do you want to be like as a leader, as a quarterback? What do you want to work on, and how do you think you can get the most out of this team in conference play and beyond?
Yeah, as a leader, one thing that I've always strived to do is just be a servant to my teammates, however they need my help, however I can be there for them, but also at the same time just motivating and encouraging them. I think that's something that comes with time and, throughout the offseason, just spending time with them and, learning their story and where they grew up and how they grew up. And so I think it's obviously a big part of being a leader is just building relationships with teammates and, growing alongside them.
Tank, Coach said that I think he told the quarterback room on Thursday, just kind of when you leave that meeting, who's kind of the first one you call? I mean, how'd your family find out? How'd they take it? I mean, just kind of walk me through that.
Yeah, the first person I called was my dad. And he's been alongside me along with my mom this entire time, obviously. But me and my dad are very similar, and, just knowing that he was so happy with me and proud of me was just a great feeling. So definitely I'm in constant communication with him as well. So getting to tell him was a special moment for sure.
Were they here?
They were. Yeah.
Hey, Hank. Oh, here, I'm so sorry. Hugh Freeze named you the starter for next week. How surreal is that heading into your first SEC game as a starting quarterback as a redshirt freshman? Yeah, like you said, it's definitely surreal. It's encouraging, but I think I got a lot to build on from this week and from this game. So I'm excited. Like I said earlier, I love when the competition level is raised, and I think that's where I'm at my best when we're playing the best of the best. And so I'm excited for SEC play and excited to dominate Arkansas.
After the torrential downpour in the second quarter, how loud were you?
For that woman?
It was definitely a great feeling as a quarterback.
Jared, you got your first career interception. Can you just kind of talk about that and what that moment means to you?
A lot of guys is doing their job. I wouldn't have done it without Eugene. He put pressure on the quarterback and made the guy throw up something, and I just made a play on the ball.
What was the conversations like in the locker room from that first half and the way the defense performed moving into the second half?
We knew that we was just messing up simple assignments that we worked on at practice. So it was just basically just getting back to our details and playing our style of football.
Jared, how frustrating a night was that defensively? Because you played a guy that's running all over the place, and they kept kind of the pockets short and quick.
Yeah, a lot of the explosives that they had was just mental bust on our end. That's nothing that they did that was special. We had a good scheme, and we just got to play harder and make the plays that come to us.
Yeah, you had a bunch of young guys out there
Yes,
in
sir.
the secondary.
Yes,
What
sir.
did you think of those guys?
I think they still got to work. We still got a lot of work to do, and as a leader, I just got to keep working with them.
How does the mentality maybe change moving forward now that you guys are about to get into the grind of SEC play?
I think the mentality is it always been to be the best version of us, no matter who we play. Doesn't matter who we play. We're gonna be the best version of Auburn that we can.
Jaron, whenever they kind of got down to the red zone, kind of that area, you were able to, for the most part, shut them down. Was there something you were kind of doing once they got near the end zone?
I mean, when our D line is holding the line of scrimmage well, it's hard to do anything. So I give all the credit to our big boys up front, holding it down and allowing us to play tight coverage in the back end.
Is that a big confidence though to play well in
Most
the red
definitely.
zone heading into next
Most
week?
definitely. You got to have pride and you got to be at your best in the red zone. That's one thing. You know, anything can happen situational, but when we get down there, we got to tighten up and we got to be at our best.
What's it like playing with Philip Bellides? How has he really just come into his own, especially this is his first year in SEC
Yeah,
play?
yeah. Phil, we call him Crash Out. That can basically explain itself what type of guy he is. He's a hard-working ethic, brings a lot of juice. He's that energetic type of guy that you love, especially as a D lineman. You want guys that go in there and just rough stuff. Phil's exactly the type of dude you want.
The pick, did you know you had it? I know it was a little bit of confusion when it was all over. Did you know you got it?
No, I knew I had it.
How big is that? I mean, you guys, I know after last week not having a lot of turnovers, getting a couple this week with you and Kite, how big are those?
Yeah, turnovers is probably one of the biggest differentials when you decide of why a team won a game, and that was one of the emphasis we was moving on this week was try to create some turnovers. We knew these guys were we call them violators. They was loose with the ball. And we knew he was going to throw us something. So just being in the right spot at the right time, I just made my play.
They had a significantly less amount of explosive plays through the air in the second half. Was there something that y'all did that remedied that, or was it just
Discipline? Like I said earlier, all the explosives they did have in the first half was just bad eyes and discipline. We sharpened it up and we actually locked in the second half.
I know it's the other side of the ball, but what did you see from maybe Hank when you were on the sidelines and him really to step into that role?
He showed a lot of leadership, what we need, and for him to step up, we need both our quarterbacks to keep sharpening each other. So just him having a good game, I'm happy for him, and it's good for the team. So, yeah.
What's it like kind of playing behind? You kind of touched on this earlier. What's it like playing behind someone like Keller? He had that big pressure on him.
Yeah, we got a good defensive run, and you can expect the ball to come out at a certain time based on what we're running. Like we're seeing blitzes.
Thank you, Jared. I'll
What they should do is cut the first half of freeze and run it again.
You guys are cracking me up. We're trying to tag team, you know what I mean?
Tag team to get it.
We got 3 more times. Oh, okay, good, okay. Oh, he's coming?
Yeah.
Good.
You know he's gonna put him.
Whoever comes first. Whoever comes in next is probably good.
My runs is still a little bad, but whatever time you keep running.
I was starting to get it.
Hey,